This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Ruach. Double honors, apostles, and elders of Great Stone. Peace and salutation to you, beloved Akim, that is pushing this word in sincerity and truth with humiliation all across the four winds. To you, I salute. This is the brother Desire one back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And we're coming up into that time, the time of Jacob's trouble. Because this time of trouble is going to be like nothing would ever happen before. Alright? And pretty much the only ones who are going to be delivered is the hopeful elect. Everyone that should be found written in the book. Alright? That's the hopeful elect. Everybody out here gonna get taken. A lot of these people gonna get taken. Alright? These niggas are already in trouble. These niggas in trouble. Alright? Because I watch a video that's now of the National Guard patrolling. As I know we all, brothers been doing lesson on it. What's happening over there in LA? You see some in Texas also, one or two other different states. How the National Guard is term is select deployed to the various LA areas. To quell this all this protest and all that. What's happening, all this riot and all this shit. What's happening because due to the ICE situation, the nasty deportation on the northern tribe. All right, hey, they deploy the National Guard. All right, but what they didn't show you in one of those videos is that these devils they it wasn't only them. They had a robotic dog, scanning your face and all that shit. All right, scanning your face and all that shit. This the time of trouble we coming up in. All right, and yeah, they attack, they going after the Northern Kingdom, but Judah ain't far. All right, this the time of trouble we coming up in. All right, it's only gonna get worse. All right, judgment is on the line, and it's come for you niggas, babe. And it's come for you niggas. All right, let's get it. This Daniel chapter 7. Salakia Ezekiel. Salakia said Daniel. I guess what's in Daniel. This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Also thou son of man, thus said the Lord, power unto the land of Israel an end is come upon the four corners of the land. All right, Israel is a people before it's a place. All right, now is the end to come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abomination. How was the Lord send his anger upon these people? His people? All right. How was he doing that? Let's find out. This is Isaiah 10 and 5. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. The modern day Assyrians is Esau, Edom. All right. I will send him against a hypocritical nation. Who's that nation that's speaking about? Let's get it. This is Isaiah 33 and 14. The sinners in Zion are afraid. Faithfulness has surprised the hypocrites. That's the hypocritical nation. Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with the everlasting burnings? You see that? So that's speaking about Zion. Okay? Okay? Jerusalem is a people before us place. Alright? This is Isaiah 10 and 5. O Syrian, the rod of mine anger and the staff in their hand is mine indignation, the Lord righteous anger. So the Lord is sending these devils to get you niggas. Alright? Get you niggas. Let's go back to Ezekiel chapter 7 in verse 3. Now is the end upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. Alright, the Lord jacking up this northern kingdom, and mine eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Thus said the Lord power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come, bad times, and end is come, and end is come. It watch it for thee, behold, it is come. The end is come for you niggas. You know, you niggas in trouble. You niggas in trouble. Plenty trouble. But I spoke about the video. Check this out. You niggas in trouble. National Guard was just seen with these robot dogs in Los Angeles that has a camera on its back for facial recognition software. Now we all know the potential that these things can do, from flamethrowers. See that for facial recognition software. They deploy their robot dogs to check it out. To a bunch of other things, but that right there on the front of the dog might be a crowd disperse weapon, loaded with tear gas and a bunch of other things to make crowds disperse. Now the facial recognition software is supposed to help identify people that they're looking for, and also people that are in the system. National Guard was— you see that? Facial recognition system. Alright, these the time of trouble be coming up in. Alright? These the time of trouble be coming up in. Crazy bad time. The time of Jacob trouble is near. Alright? These people ain't know what's coming, you know. The brothers out there on the highways and edges. The Lord hand is still stretched out. Alright, that's mercy. But it's gonna come a time when the brothers ain't gonna be out there. Only judgment after that. Alright? As we see it now, judgment on the Lord people. Especially in the northern kingdom. And you know, especially particular Issachar. Your nasty deportation. But you see this robotic dog, you Jake Scalman. This man was blessed with the sword. This is man blessing the sword. Alright. We're gonna need divine intervention. Alright, there's a movie I watched, I think 2 years ago, basically going into these people with that superpowers, and they had these robotic dogs, and you know they trying to these their robotic dogs was equipped with with uh with weapons, which was these people kryptonite with hard superpowers. But when Yahweh Shem Yahushai gave us superpowers, all right, it can be different in the movie, because guess what? All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is gonna, you know, lift up that standard, right? Let me get it right. This is Isaiah 59 and 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west. I mean the western hemisphere, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. The standard is the book. Alright, we're going to need divine intervention. There's some crazy shit. They coming up in the time of trouble. Check this over again. National Guard was just seen with these robot dogs in Los Angeles that has a camera on its back for facial recognition software. So they use the facial recognition to check out. They scan you to find out who they looking for. This the system. You can hide from the system. The only way to overcome the system is through Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Alright, no way around this beast system. No way around. This nigga deploying robot dogs. Where now we all know the potential that these things can do, from flamethrowers to a bunch of other things. But that right there on the front of the dog might be a crowd disperse weapon, loaded with tear gas and a bunch of other things to make. Loaded with tear gas and a bunch of other things. You niggas can't win. You niggas in trouble. You niggas in trouble. Alright? crowds disperse. Now, the facial recognition software is supposed to help identify people that they're looking for. And you see that? To help identify people what they're looking for. And that's just like what on that movie I watch. You know, that's movie the guy, he basically how he hide from the robotic dog. He had the camouflage so the robot dog don't see him and scan him. But hey, these times coming. Also, people that are in the system. National. So this is a time of trouble coming on this earth. Let me read that again. Daniel 12 and 1. And at the time shall Micah stand up, chief archangel under Yahweh, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. All right, there shall be a time of trouble, Jacob's trouble. All right, Jacob's trouble. All right, Jeremiah. All right, 30 and 7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Shit, always see some crazy shit. Even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. The hopeful elect. All right. So, yeah, man, the time of trouble is coming. I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor. The Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Rakakodash. Yeah, man, Shalom.